Marvellous atmosphere coming from our audience again this evening, the usual sort of low-hanging cloud of cheap aftershave beer fumes and unwashed socks, but tinged with sadness tonight because this is the last pop quiz of the current series. I knew you'd do that. So for one more time, with not a dry eye or a dry glass for that matter in the place, let's introduce two teams, six brilliant minds eager to demonstrate their breathtaking knowledge of the last 3 decades of popular music for no prize whatsoever. So if you didn't spot that in the BBC small print. The first team is led by a man whose band, The Wonder Stuff, seems to have survived intact despite briefly having Vic Reeves as lead singer, Miles Hunt. On Miles' team, a former member of ABC, he used to appear on stage apparently in a gold lame suit. Tonight he's wearing a sort of silver lame suit. Martin Fry. And down the end there, closest to the bar, basically, a singer-keyboard player who has admitted in interviews that his most prized possession is his mummy.
Sweet, lovely.
That's Remy Street right now.
We've let loose Mr. Richie Wormling. Now, facing up to them on this, the last pop quiz of the current series. It's a team led by someone who's been recording albums and starring in films and TV shows for the best part of 15 years and still looks about 14 3/4. Yes, Toyah Willcox. On Toyah's team, singer of the Beautiful South, whose latest hit single, Everybody's Talking, was not only recorded by Harry Nilsson, also done by Jimmy Tarbuck and Mr. Spock, the one with the big ears on Star Trek, David Hemingway. And formerly from Dead or Alive, but now with International Crisis, Pete Burns. Okay, what more logical way then to begin a show than a round called Great Endings. Now we're going to play each of them a very last bit from a well-known record. From those final chords, they have to correctly identify the name of the artist for 1 point and the name of the song for another. We start with you, Martin Fry. Have a little listen to this ending.
Here we go! That's right! Again! Bye-bye!
Got it.
Jonathan Richman, Roadrunner.
It's right for 2 points. Good grief. Well done. Big hit, Jonathan Richman and Modern Lovers in 1977. Right, David, your turn. Here's your ending. Have a listen. Terribly well known. Or not.
Sounded like Louis Armstrong to me.
Yeah, okay, give you a point.
I haven't a clue with the title, I'm afraid.
Tell you it's from a Bond film. Not much.
It was from On Her Majesty's Secret Service, actually.
Where did you get that from?
Do I get a point for that?
You do, actually. Well, yes, you do. It's, the song's actually called
Something in the World.
All the Time in the World. I'll give you 2 points. Well done.
Thank you.
Woo! Yes, it's another individual round. Hardly any help there from Toyah. I wouldn't have thought. Right, Miles, have a little listen to this ending.
Yes, I'm aware of this, but...
Should be aware of it.
It's somebody that had something to do with various other bands that formed another band that I criminally have forgotten, so it's not Pretend That You're Dead, is it? No, it isn't.
You're right, it's not.
No. I'm going to have to lose us a point, I'm afraid.
It's the Breeders and it's Cannonball. Oh, so Simps when you know the answer. Right, Toyah, your turn. Have a little listen to this ending.
I don't even get a vocal in it.
No.
Richie knows.
Well, she reckons you know it, Richie.
I don't, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, you don't know it.
I'm sorry.
He liked it, though.
The Rascals, Good Lovin'. Right, Richie, your turn. Have a listen to this well-known ending.
Delight.
Yeah, what was it called?
Groovers in the Heart.
Groovers in the Heart, right, well done for a point. They've got 2 points. Right, Pete, your turn. Have a listen to this. Well-known ending,
I want to
well-known
answer
tune.
the question he did. I knew that one. I know what it is. It's Louie Louie. Or Lulu. Louie Louie. I don't know who it's by.
That's because Toya hasn't written it down on a pad yet.
No, I didn't read the notes. It's by, I can't read the right.
Right, I'll offer it to you. Do you know who it's by?
Sam the Sham.
No,
and
it was the Kingsmen. Louie Louie from 64. Excuse me, you're so busy reading Toya's pad. Right, let's have a look at the scores at the end of that round. 3 to Toya. A little bit of a low-scoring first round. 4 to Miles' team at the end of round 1. Right. Well, it's going, isn't it? After that, we blunder into our next round. It's called Celebrity Interviews this round. Now, we show each team a clip from a long-gone TV chat show, and from the line of questioning, all they have to do is, for 2 points, is work out who the interviewer is interviewing. Toya and Co, your clip comes first. Now, it's Terry Wogan who's asking the questions and managing to leave his own knees alone for a whole minute.
And the shock horror probe of the year in Pop 1990 was the scandal. They had to give their Grammy back. Let's go back to the beginning. How did you get involved in this? That's my first question I asked you was, he made a record, and he then, what did he do? Went out and got you too? Where did he get you?
So, Toya and Co, you look as if you know, actually. I think you probably do.
Milli Vanilli.
I think you might be right.
You're going to call yourself Rob and Fab. That's who you are now. Yeah. The new Milli Vanilli.
Milli Vanilli there in 1991 wearing sort of noddy hats without the bells. Right, Miles' team, have a look at this. Now, the chat show this time, the chat show host is Michael Parkinson. He's from Yorkshire, you know, but he hardly mentions it at all. For 2 points, who's Parky talking to?
He once described himself, self-mockingly I should say, as a boring little midget who's reached the top without the aid of payola. He has only 4 chords and is prone to getting fat at Christmas. I suppose a lot of sort of older people looking in would see you there on stage with all that sort of sequin glitter on and banging away at the old Joanna and generally having a good time and say, what's it all about?
Miles, got a clue?
No, you try.
Who's Parky talking to?
It wasn't Little Richard, was it?
Any ideas?
We think Elton John.
Elton John?
Yes.
Okay, 2 points up for grabs. Let's have a look, see who's right.
When in fact did you the first time in your life start to play piano? Can you remember the first time you played?
Oh, when I was about 3.5.
Elton John and Michael Parkinson in 1976. They've hardly changed at all, either of them, have they? Right, let's have a look at the scores at the end of that round. 4 now to Miles' team, but a huge lead now for Toya Wilcox and Co, up to 7 points. Right, coming up next on our final show of the series. Something which traditionally reduces our players to scowling, incoherent zombies, rather like the first 3 rows of a Rolf Harris concert. It's scrambled video time. It's a bit where we roll 2 videos simultaneously, and then to seriously scramble our 2 teams' brains, we play them a piece of totally unrelated music just to sort of disturb them, really, while they're trying to think. Now, there's 1 point for the artist or song in each video, and another point for the artist or song that's being played purely to confuse you when you're trying to work the rest of it out. Okay? Toya and Co, here it all comes, and remember, the clues are there as we go through the video. There are 2 tunes on video and another song playing at the same time as well. So tell me the song that was playing first and foremost, Toya, if you want to do it that way.
Talk, talk. Life's what you make it.
Okay, good, for a point. Right, tell me the 2 videos in there.
Pet Shop Boys, Streets with No Name, or Streets with No Name.
Streets have no name.
Streets
Don't say that's wrong.
I say nothing. And what's the other one?
And the other one's Genesis, We Can't Dance.
Okay, any thoughts on that, you guys?
Well, okay, we would say it's Tori Amos, and you know the name of the song.
Cornflake Girl.
Okay, have a little look, see who's right.
I
Drop boy inside, really, was there? Tori, I must give you a point over there too, though, because you've got Genesis and also you've got Talk. Right. Miles and Co, here's your one. Now, it's a little audio-visual nightmare. I'll ask you 3 questions at the end. Well, you look very full of yourself. So what you got? What was the song playing, first of all?
Constant Craving.
By
KD Lang.
Yeah. Point. Okay, right. Give me the other 2 that are in the videos.
Well, I would have a shot at Erasure for one.
Yeah.
And Seal.
Yeah, and Seal. He was doing his stuff.
He was doing his stuff. What saying it was?
We'll try Paradise. Try that.
Doesn't matter. I can give you points anyway if you get the artist right. So let's have a little look. You're saying, I can tell you KD Lang was right for Constant Craving, and you reckon Erasure and Seal are up on the videos. Have a look, see if they come. You got yourself a point for Seal, you got yourself a point for Erasure, and it was KD Lang, so you got the lot. Well done, let's have a look at the scores. At the end of that round, 8 now to Miles' team, and Toya's team have taken a shock lead, and they go up to 9 points. Right, if the last round wasn't nasty enough, we come to the even nastier lyric round. Oh, great, Chris, we love this bit. Now, you'll know how it's played, but just in case there's someone there who's been out on Mars for the last 7 or 8 weeks, these are the rules. It's an individual round where I read each team member a set of classic lyrics. Now, for 2 points, they have to tell me the title of the song and the artist who recorded it. So, Martin, you're first. Here's your lyrics. She plays hard to get. She smiles from time to time. It only takes a camera to change her mind.
No, I think it's Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk?
She's a model and she's looking good.
Oh, yes.
That one?
You're right. Kraftwerk, the model, #1 in 1981. Terribly well done. Okay, 10 plays 9. David, your turn. Here we go. You've been messing where you shouldn't been messing. And now someone else is getting all your best.
These boots were made for walking by Nancy Sinatra.
It's right for 2 points. Well done. Right, Miles, your turn. 1 for the artist, 1 for the song. Here are your lyrics. I am stronger than Mensa, Miller and Mailer. I spat out Plath and Pinter. Good luck, Miles.
That's the next line.
I'll give it to you again. No, thanks, Chris. It won't help at all.
Well, it sort of brings to mind the sort of drivel that Morrissey comes out with, but whether I'm right, I don't know. So, as for the song, I haven't a clue.
Doesn't sound a lot of fun, the song, does it? It actually is. I can tell you, it's Manic Street Preachers, Faster.
I knew it was drivel.
Right, okay, Toy, your turn. Here's your lyrics. Best of luck with this one. And despite the limitation of his poor coordination, he knows he'll show the world a thing or two.
Blobby, blobby, blobby!
It is Blobby, 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 you're right. It's Mr. Blobby by Mr. Blobby. How embarrassing to know the Mr. Blobby lyrics. Nobody's ever built a Manic Street Preachers theme park, have they? Right, let's go on to you, Rich. Here we go. Call him Mr. Raider. Call him Mr. Wrong. Call him insane. Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
Blobby, Blobby. It's not Blobby, is it? Culture Beat and call him Mr. Van. Got it, did it. That's right, yeah.
It's
Culture Beat and Mr. Van.
All right, Kate, last one. Though it hurts to go away, it's impossible
It's
to
not
stay.
Brotherhood of Man, Save All Your Kisses for me, is it?
I'm afraid it is. Let's have a look at the scores. Miles' team now, Miles, Martin and Richie now with 12, but Toya's team taking a huge lead now thanks to their knowledge of Brotherhood of Man and Mr. Blobby. They now go to 15. Right, next one's another individual round. I don't think we've actually had a proper individual round without cheating or series, but we'll try. We play each team member a short bit of one of the producers' rather dubiously acquired videos. Then I ask a couple of questions based sometimes rather obscurely, more often very obscurely, on the clip that they've just seen. We start with you, Dave, your video footage. The first artist is Elvis Costello. So, Elvis Costello. Dave, can you name any of Elvis Costello's 3 top 10 hits?
Oliver's Army?
That's enough, actually, but give me a couple more if you can, just to show off.
No.
You could have I Can't Stand Up for Falling Down from 1980, and you could have A Good Year for the Roses in 1981. Second point then, Dave. A Good Year for the Roses was taken from which country album recorded in Nashville?
Almost Blue.
Is right for another point. Thank you. So you do know more than Mr. Blobby and Brotherhood of Man on your side. Right, Martin, this is a video featuring some some particularly frantic guitar playing. It must have cost a fortune in plectrums for The Clash. It was old Slowhand. Right, Martin, it's good, isn't it? I want to know the Clash's only #1 single.
Happened a long time after that, and it was called Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Is right for a point. Well done. Thank you. You probably know this one as well for another point. In 1980, The Clash released a triple album. What was it called?
Sandinista.
Yes, right, for another point. Well done, you got the right. Thank you. Right, Toya Wilk, for you, here's Peter Gabriel having a bit of a cuddle, and when he turns round, he'll be Kate Bush. Beautiful song, Don't Give Up, by Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush. So, Toya, for which Martin Scorsese film did Peter Gabriel write the score?
Oh, something about Jesus Christ. The last days of Jesus Christ. Easter's on its way.
No, I'll give it to you. It's
The Last Temptation.
The Last Temptation of Christ is right. Well done. Right, come on then, Smarty Pants. Wallace and Gromit creator Nick Park worked. You know this one as well. Worked on which award-winning video for Peter Gabriel?
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer's right for a point. Well done. That's why your team skipper, Toya. Right, Miles, you're next. For you, here's David Bowie, looking like he's just been to Billy Idol's hairdresser. David Bowie, what did David Bowie change his name from after hearing that a new American band had a member with the same name?
It was his original handle is David Jones, and I think for an extra point you should give me it because it was David Jones from the Monkees was the reason why he changed it.
K. All right. For another point, David Bowie's appeared in the top 15. I don't think he works out the top 15, but apparently he's appeared in the top 15 5 times over the years with collaborators. Can you name 2 of the artists that give Bowie big hits? A point for the 2. There's lots. There's 5. Go on.
Mick Jagger
is one.
And
Dancing on the Street. Yeah.
Queen with Under Pressure.
Is right. We could also have Pat Metheny, Bing Crosby, and Lulu. Come on, Miles. Right, coming up for you, Peter, a rare clip of Dusty Springfield from 1969, looking a bit like something out of Stingray.
Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Dusty and Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only one who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Oh, yes, he was.
Right, Pete Burns. Dusty Springfield, Son of a Preacher Man. In the year Son of a Preacher Man was a hit, what was Dusty's other big top 10 hit?
Well, it was 1965 and it was I Close My Eyes and Count to 10, Chris Tarrant.
It was actually 1968, but you are right for a point. Well done.
Well, I wasn't
Terribly well
going for
done.
the year, I mean...
Right, second point then, Pete Burns.
OK, Chris Tarrant.
Who did she collaborate with on her 1987 hit?
The Pet Shop Boys. Do I get anything for skipping the question?
Yes. Pet Shop Boys is right. Well done for another point. Right, finally for you, Richie, it's Kylie Minogue. Oh, great. From the days when...
Why me?
Because somebody had to, and it has to be you. We haven't done a proper Kylie question all serious time. You've got it. This is taken from the days when everybody on the soap opera Neighbours had a string of #1 hits. Well, everybody that is except Mrs. Mangle.
That's too short to make a mistake. Let's look to each other and hesitate. Young and impatient, we may be. There's no need to act foolishly. If we part, our hearts won't forget it. Years from now, we'll surely regret it. If you do more time, and our love will surely grow. If you do more time, and our love will surely grow.
Who originally had a hit with Give Me Just a Little More Time?
Chairman of the board?
Is right for a point. Well done. Now, this is another one of those, I really shouldn't know the answer to this, but I probably do questions. Can you name 2 of Kylie Minogue's classic 4 #1 singles?
No.
You can, though, you see.
Just this lucky and...
That was one.
Let's.
No. They're all hiding. We don't know Kylie Minogue answers at all, no. It's not.
No.
They're all classics as well, especially for you. Do you remember that? What a belter that was. Hand on Your Heart. God, I played that for seconds one morning. And Tears on My Pillow. So let's have a look at the scores as we go up to the end. 18 points now to Mars, very close. 21 now to Toya. And finally, in this intellectual battle of wits, our final round in the final show of the series. You know you don't mean it. It's the quick fire round. 2 points for each correct answer, but if you buzz in and can't answer, I throw it over for a bonus point to the other side. Here we go. What was Men at Work's only UK #1? Miles.
Down Under.
Is right. What are Donny and Marie? Dave.
Osmonds.
Is right. Who wrote I Will Always Love You? Richie.
I know.
I'll give it to you.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton's right. Well done. Who had a recent hit with I Will Always Love You? David.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston's right. Tubular Bells 1 and 2 are albums by
Mike
Pete.
Oldfield.
Mike Oldfield is right. Who had a hit with Soul Man in 1967? Martin.
Sam and Dave.
Sam and Dave's right. Axl Rose, the lead singer with which band? David.
Guns N'
Roses. Well done. Marmalade and the Bedrocks released the same Beatles cover in the same year. David.
Oh bloody, oh blada.
Oh bloody, oh blada. What do I say for a minute? Right, 4 left. Who was the lead singer with Generation X? Martin.
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol was right. 3 left. 24 plays 33. Whose hits include YMCA and In the Navy? Miles.
Village People.
Yeah. 99 Red Balloons was a #1 hit for who? Miles.
Nana.
Nana's right. Last one. Complete the lineup. Huey Lewis and... The News is right for 2 points. Right. Let's have a look at the final scores. Miles, Martin and Richie ended up with 30 points. Not now, Pete. But Toya, Pete and David ended up with 33. We leave you for the very last time for this series with Henry Cooper's shy and retiring brother Alice and the movingly appropriate Schools Out.